video, I will talk about a possible American Civil War scenario. So I've taken into account the demographics of the location and the political ideologies as well as the culture of the location. Like, America's really diverse when you think of it as a whole. Like, the rural areas tend to be more conservative, while the cities tend to be more, I would say, liberal. And some places are much more different than others. Like Colorado, for instance, is more of a liberal state too, but they're not all the same type of liberal. There's many different types of each kind of political beliefs. Like, there's paternal autocrats, you have social democrats, social conservatives. You have lots of types of political opinions out there. So it's not just Democrat or Republican. Plus, each regions have different political interests. Like, for example, a person in California may be more concerned with how they're gonna deal with urbanization or how they could do something better for cities, and might not care as much about preserving Cape Cod as someone in Massachusetts might want. While people in Florida would want better measures to defend against hurricanes because you get a lot of them, maybe people in Chicago don't need that. So you have all these things. So what I think would happen in a war would be kind of interesting too. So let's get started. So I distributed the military resources based on demographics and resources availability. So first you have the South United States, with borders from Louisiana, Arkansas, then Tennessee to North Carolina. You know what, I'll just give them Virginia too, because Virginia's kind of related to them too. Great Lakes Union would seize Kentucky. So Great Lakes Union would have borders with all three, with West Virginia being part of New England. So they would have Ohio, Kentucky, Mississippi, Iowa, and Minnesota. All these states would be considered borders for them. Texas would have pretty much Oklahoma and Texas. Republic of Central United States would be over here. Pretty much. And California would have Nevada and California. Cascadia would have Washington and Oregon. The Federation of Central North America would have Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Hawaii would try to get independent. Would probably get independence, but really need aid from outside sources because Hawaii can't sustain itself on its own. We have Alaska with its oil resources, so I'll be able to do a lot more naval and air expeditions. You have Florida, and then you have the Northeast also bustling with population, so they're gonna have lots of armies resources, but doesn't necessarily mean Navy resources too. So New England AF would also be another one too. Texas has lots of resources too. Because if there's going to be a civil war, it's most likely going to be between several factions. So in this scenario, this is not going to take into account who leaves first or what really happens after they leave. It's going to just assume that they all broke apart at the same time. So this one will be based more on strategic analysis. pretty much. Which say it's stronger than, which group would be stronger than the others? Well, of course, what I would predict what happened first would be that if you look at California and look at Hawaii, because Hawaii is would actually help out a lot and probably get them another army if they were to take it over. Plus Hawaii needs aid, so California could probably offer them support in exchange for Hawaii to join their side, which would bring an end to the Republic of Hawaii over there and be replaced with the California army. So with this, California has access to access to Central Pacific trading routes too, which will help them out a lot too. California also has Cascadia to the north, Alaska, and on the eastern seaboard. Meanwhile, while California is doing that, Florida would have, because Florida doesn't have as big of a population available, and Florida really has mostly elderly people too, as well, so which means they need help. Like, they would need to get more resources. Well, first of all, Florida would need to be able to fend off the South U.S. from the north, so they would need to probably deploy their militia up there, and pretty much they're going to need to invade Puerto Rico, which would occupy this unit. And once they invade Puerto Rico, that would get them another army. Meanwhile, Louisiana's going to be gone pretty quickly too. First of all, New Orleans, this really big city in Louisiana, is going to probably be really beneficial to have because it controls a port. And ports are really important for travel, for moving units around, and logistics. So this means Louisiana is not going to be around for too long. So first, the South U.S. Army will start to engage the Louisiana Army, and the South U.S. Navy would proceed to help bombard New Orleans, while Texas Air Force and Texas would probably use Texas probably could use an army and a militia to help invade Louisiana, which would result in Louisiana being split. Well, first of all, because while the South is busy with Louisiana, trying to get as much of it as possible before Texas does, and also trying to contest Florida, this would open a chance for the Great Lakes Union to actually make advances and the New English to make advances in the South. Because first of all, Texas is a really big major influence in this region in the South, because Texas would be really important if you look at how they are prosperous and all that stuff. And you have oil. So in Northeast Army New England Army would start to move from northeast. They would invade neutral Maryland and invade Virginia. Meanwhile, they would also be prepared to deal with any incoming Great Lakes Union forces. Great Lakes Union would advance on Kentucky, and with Louisiana gone, there's no buffer state between Texas and the South. But in the meantime, the South would take some time to actually mobilize some soldiers from the Louisiana area. But let's take a look at Central America now. Central USA. Central USA would be worried about California too. But at the same time, they have Texas to the south. But while Texas is busy and California needs somewhere to invade, we'll continue this in the next video. Thank you for watching.